As our you've been adopted Q Colton shoot. Is he good? Nah, that guy's not.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Talon. I make new videos every single week. I am here today in Flagstaff, Arizona for Overland Expo West. I've got my 4th gen Tacoma down here. You guys have probably been following along on the adventures on my trip down here. Got a lot of Tacoma videos out there right now. And I am positioned here, really good spot with the Black Rhino Wheels crew. I know I promised you guys a rundown of the truck, but I've been so busy here that I haven't even really been able to bring you guys that. Not a whole lot has changed. I was just gonna give you a gear update and whatnot, but I'm here because I have, of course, the newest wheel, the Bahari, on the truck. Love these things. This is a plus 25 offset. It's hard to tell the fitment right now, but fits pretty flush. A little flexed out here on a rock, and yeah, hopefully I have met some of you guys who were able to attend. We've got a lot of people at the booth here for the past 2 days. Currently Saturday, we still have another day tomorrow. All kinds of wheels. If you guys have any questions on Black Rhino wheels, let me know, because I of course run them on all of my vehicles. So I asked you guys over in a recent video, do you want to see some coverage of the event? A lot of you said yes, so if you were not able to make it out here, I'm gonna kind of walk around and show you guys some of the stuff that I'm interested in, because if you know what I do, then we probably have similar tastes. All right, first stop for the day, I'm over here at the Fox booth, and it's got me thinking. I've owned my Tundra for over a year now, and I think it's time to modify it a little bit more. At least that's what's on my mind right now. So check out an option kind of like this. This is one of the Fox factory race series shocks. This is actually for a 2024 Tacoma, so this would actually work on my Tacoma, which is crazy. You guys hear me talk about the QS3 that already comes on the TRD Pro, and it's phenomenal. I can't even imagine what this would be like. This on the Tundra would be a very similar 3.0 setup to this, with the adjustments and everything, a finned reservoir, but there's actually dual tubes that connects the reservoir on the Tundra. So instead of the oil moving back and forth to the internal bypass, there's actually another line that comes out. So it makes a full loop, which makes the fins a lot better at their job of cooling. So maybe a setup like this on the Tundra, it would be crazy, but I think I might end up getting more into some heavier mods with that thing here pretty soon. Let me know if you guys want to see me get a little more wicked with the Tundra. All right, next stop, I'm over here at the Radica booth, and you guys may have seen these things, especially in the Colorado area, because this is a local Denver company. They make the Moonlander campers here, but a new product that I am pretty stoked on is this thing right here. This is something that they're calling their Afterburner. It's a tiny little kitchen setup that has a Dometic faucet built into the side, optional water tank. So there's a 5-gallon roto pack over here, ton of storage on the top for all of your cooking essentials, cutting board material here, really nice hinges all the way around, and you could move this between vehicles if you own more than one. Of course, on the bottom you have the slide out for whatever kind of grill top you want to put here. This is actually a pretty nice Dometic one. Pretty cool streamlined product. I don't know when these are coming to market, but it should be pretty soon. It's also very lightweight. This looks like it's metal, but it's not. So I think you could kind of pick this thing up, throw it around, and move it between vehicles. So maybe something like that in one of my vehicles at some point. Next up, I'm over here at like a Overland adjacent booth, I will call it. This is Jackrabbit Bikes. You guys know I'm into electric bikes, and these little guys are ripping all around Expo, so it's hard to ignore them. This right here is their like top of the line one, the XG Pro. Does 18, 20, or unlocked 24 miles per hour. It of course has a ton of accessories. They have a trailer and bags hooked up to this thing. The community apparently is all about modification. This thing has an advertised range of 48 plus miles, so insane range. Of course, this one has 2 batteries that you can pop out and swap pretty quickly. Charge time of the big bad boy is about 5 hours, or half of that if you go to a smaller version like this guy right here. So if you guys want to see more e-bike content, I actually have a video coming for you pretty soon of something different, but kind of want to ride one of these again. I did demo it, and it rides surprisingly like a normal bike. Packs flat, so you can throw it in your rig. Cool stuff. You guys are not even going to be ready for this one, and some of the thoughts that I have, the things that I'm going to say. Hold it against me if you want to, but let's get into this one. I'm currently at the Dometic Frontrunner booth, and I have found a new Jeep that I would actually own and drive, thanks to a new kind of prototype product here. So this is a collaboration between Jeep, Stellantis, and Frontrunner Dometic, I guess. This thing was supposed to debut in Moab at Easter Jeep Safari, and I was actually out there in my van, but they put together this whole camper setup here, and it is so incredibly sick. So the Jeep itself is one thing. I actually really dig this yellow color here, Sun Chaser. Obviously super ready to do all of the things that I already do, but what Dometic and Frontrunner have been working on is this whole contraption on the top. This is the ARTT, which basically stands for Awning Rooftop Tent. Gonna pop up the ladder here. Absolutely massive space up here in this like tent camper hybrid sort of setup, and it's all airframe, so there's no metal structure to this other than some of the poles. This thing inflates pretty quickly, and then you deflate it to fold it back up. The cool thing about it is that there's actually a pass-through down to the cab of the Jeep itself. So much headroom in here. It looks incredibly comfy. The whole top portion back there is carbon fiber. I don't know the actual weight on it, but I'm assuming this thing is incredibly light as well. But it doesn't just stop on top. They have some of these inserts on the side here packed with Jeep, Dometic, Frontrunner goods. Coming around to the very back, of course, they have a new CFX fridge on one of their slide outs. More storage. You can kind of see the inside here of how those flares pop into the space back here. More storage for chairs on the top, and then of course another one on this side. 270 awning all the way around it. Short wheelbase, looks super comfortable, easy to pack, easy to store things. I've never been super interested in these newer Jeeps, JL, but I would 100% test this thing out, take it on some trips. I might even go as far as to say I would own a Jeep like this. Mike Cameo. Mike Cameo.
Well, hey.
What would you like to say to YouTube?
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah, thanks for all the lessons.
Danny?
What's up?
You guys suck. It's a new day now, and I'm over here at the Pullkitchen booth. I'm super into kitchen stuff at this expo. There's a lot of kitchen stuff, but nothing quite like this. This is Will.
What's up?
What up? So this is a full kitchen slide out. It collapses to be about 5 feet long, and it slides into the bed. Tons of storage, water options, power options with lights, 2 burner over here, sink. This one is like a prototype, super close to the finished product though. There's gonna be some dividers over here for all of your cooking utensils, cutting board. You can pull that all the way out, right?
Yep.
Clean it off. Having one of these in the Tundra would be cool. Maybe that'll happen. Now let's take a look at some Grenadiers, because they are all over the place at this show, more and more so than ever before. You guys probably know my thoughts on the station wagon style Grenadier like this. This actually might be the Trailmaster because of the snorkel on there. A few different trim levels and everything. I've done a full like hour-and-a-half long video of mobbing these things through the San Juans. If you want to check that out, it is on the channel. I have not talked about this guy right here though. This is the Quartermaster. Came out a little bit after the station wagons in the United States. So we have a truck bed, a little bit longer on the wheelbase, but still 4 doors. It's a pretty interesting setup. Interior is almost identical to what you may have seen before. I love the interior on these because of all of these manual buttons and switches. There's not a whole lot of tech packed into these. Of course, all of your lockers and low range and things like that. I'm a fan of the Grenadier, but I've never really like driven one for any extended amount of time myself. So maybe I will get some drive time behind the wheel of one of these and give you some more like detailed thoughts. I don't know, are you guys interested in the Grenadiers? Which would you pick? Quartermaster or the regular old SUV? It's a hard one. Right next door to some of the Grenadiers is Firestone, one of my partners. I've been visiting all my partners. Hey guys, fresh off a video of the Land Cruiser with Toyota the other week. This right here is how it's properly done. We of course took completely stock 250s on the trail, and this would have done it much easier, probably more comfortable. This is actually my buddy Isaac's rig right here, so you may see this around Colorado occasionally, but these guys did a great job of putting this thing together. Got some work done at True, got some work done at Lucid Wrap. Shout out to Jake for putting this on there. Typically not a fan of red vehicles, but with the Firestone livery on there, this thing is super dialed. KMC wheels, Destination MT2s, loving it. All right, we're back, and that is pretty much all for Overland Expo in Flagstaff, Arizona. I have no idea what this video turned into. I just kind of was carrying around my camera the whole time and trying to show you some of the stuff that I thought was the most interesting, some stuff that I may want to incorporate in my own rigs through the rest of this year, and I'm sure there will be some changes to some of them until we get to Mountain West Expo. That'll be the next one that I'm going to in Loveland, Colorado. So if I met you this weekend, it's always great meeting people who watch my videos. I really can't do any of what I do without you guys, so thank you so much. Hopefully I had the time to talk to you and we met, maybe took a picture together, whatever. I truly appreciate you guys, and if you didn't make it to Expo, hopefully this gave you some cool insights as to what we have going on at things like this. If you have any questions on some of the stuff that you saw here, drop them down in the comments below. If there's something that you want to see me cover at the next Expo, also let me know there. There was a lot of cool things that I actually didn't even get the chance to film. I kind of have a thing for towable trailers now. I found this company that makes some really wild stuff. Trailers that you can like sleep inside of instead of just putting a tent on top. So maybe I'll have to bring you guys some content on that in the future. I don't know, possibilities are pretty much endless, so let me know what you guys want to see here on the channel and I will try to make all of that happen. So that's all for this video. If you're new to this channel, consider clicking subscribe. If you liked it, slap a like on it, and that's gonna be all. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.